being sick because Trump is so stupid. I can't like not talk about politics for one fucking day. He's beyond idiotic.
Says he is not happy with Iran and its new offer, and now is considering his options. One of those, he says, is to, quote, blast the hell out of them. This comes as his administration technically states the Iran conflict is over in a letter to Congress. It says the ceasefire that began in early April is still holding. That is seen by many lawmakers as a maneuver designed to avoid the need for congressional approval of the action at 60 days. Senior White House correspondent Peter Doocy has details tonight, live from the North Lawn. Good evening, Peter.
Good evening, Brett. Yes, on paper, the war with Iran is over.
What's up, Casper?
Because President Trump has not decided to pull any Pentagon assets out of the Persian Gulf, it's not really over.
They're asking for things that I can't agree to.
Negotiations with Iran continue as the White House writes to Congress the hostilities that began on February 28th, 2026.
Yeah, he's just not going to do it. He's obviously not going to fucking do anything about it. He doesn't give a fuck. Because there's zero punishment from Congress.
Because if those hostilities ran longer than 60 days in a row, President Trump would need to ask Congress for permission to continue to comply with the War Powers Act.
The War Powers. Every other president considered it totally unconstitutional, and we agree with that.
Thousands of missiles and bombs have fallen on Iran during Operation Epic Fury, and Vice President Vance, according to The Atlantic...
I think Trump is power hungry. Yeah, like the least obvious statement of all time right there.
Expressed his concerns about the availability of certain missile systems in discussions with President Trump. The president doesn't share those concerns.
All over the world, we have inventory, and we could take that if we need it. For instance, we're stocked and locked and loaded.
As a result of the war, gas prices have climbed to $4.39 a gallon.
And people are angry about it. I'm angry about it when I go to the gas pump.
As soon as the war ends, the gasoline prices...
But Trump is right. As soon as we get the Strait open, you'll see that price fall, hopefully down to $3.50.
If the president decides to break the ceasefire, CENTCOM Commander Admiral Brad Cooper has presented him new strike options.
Bruh. I mean, do we want to go and just blast the hell out of him and finish him forever,
yes,
or do we want to try and make a deal? Let me
well, you want to.
Do you want to go blast the hell out of him?
I prefer not. Forever? On a human basis, I prefer not, but that's the option.
President Trump's words there don't make it sound like another military strike against Iran is imminent, but it is also extremely unlikely that he's going to declare Epic Fury officially over until Iran says the magic words, no nuclear weapons. Brett.
And Peter, President Trump is...
Yeah, I mean, obviously he wants to go blast the hell out of them. He's just waiting for an opportunity. Yeah, he's obviously so, like, wanting to do whatever he wants. It's not even funny, dude. He's so dementia-pilled.
An architect who's really talented.
Look at this shit.
A lot of work for him. He's got a flair, a beautiful Hispanic flair in particular. And he comes from originally a place called Cuba, which we will be taking over almost immediately.
Which is insane to say. Insane to say.
No, Cuba's got problems. We'll finish one first. I like to finish a job. On the way back from what we'll do, on the way back from Iran, we'll have one of our big, maybe the USS Abraham Lincoln aircraft carrier, the biggest in the world. We'll have that come in, stop about 100 yards offshore, and they'll say, "Thank you very much, we give up."
Yeah, no, insane fucking thing to say. He's so dementia-pilled at this point too, man. More than 2 months into the conflict, it failed to both sides outwardly confident they had the upper hand and their position apart. Obvious off-ramp in sight, even as Iran submitted a fresh proposal to restart negotiations, Trump quickly rejected it on Friday. What are gas prices right now? What are AAA's gas prices? Holy fucking shit. $4.43? Oh my god. Holy shit. That's terrifying, dude. Diesel is at 562. Oh, we're so cooked, dude. Fears for a more protracted deadlock have grown since Trump called off Trump's negotiations as long as about April 8th. Guys, we're getting close to when I said that either this is going to go on for another couple of years or this is going to end dramatically. Remember, I said July. I said June, July is when it's either going to end dramatically or be basically confirmed that it's going to go on for another, 10 years. Trump, who took half the fucking country, voted for this guy? Yeah. Actually, over half, because he won the popular vote, too. Trump, who took office promising to avoid entanglement in foreign interviews, has also failed to achieve his main stated aim. Another one of Trump's declared war goals, forcing Iran to stop support proxy groups such as Lebanon, Hezbollah, Yemen's Houthis, and Palestinians Hamas also remains unmet. Yeah, I don't think this is ever going to end. And I don't think Trump is ever going to get congressional approval. Because, why would he? Why would he ever need to get congressional approval? He doesn't. We are fucked if he continues to be president. Casper, I'm not going to lie, we're already kind of fucked. Oil price. It's at 102 today. What the fuck? Oh my god, we're so fucked. Oh my god. We are genuinely beyond fucked. How long does it take for me to bike to work? Hold on, I need to see how long the bike ride to work is. Because if I can bike to work, I would rather do that. It would take 37 minutes to bike to work. All uphill, too. Fuck, man. Evilest guy you know just said something. Yeah, evilest guy you know said it's going to get worse. Disruption has been mitigated by the large number of loaded oil tankers that were in transit during the first month of the war. Woods told investors in Exxon's first quarter earnings call, strategic petroleum reservoirs have also been released and commercial inventory is drawn down. One of these supply sources will become exhausted as the conflict goes on. It's obvious to most of you that if you look at unprecedented disruption of the world supply of oil and natural gas, the market hasn't fully seen the impact of that yet. There's more to come if the strait remains closed. Europe. Exxon shares were down 1%, while oil prices soared about 57%. Jesus, man. Yeah. We are so fucking cooked.
Pulling out troops from Germany?
Yes, we just got word from the Department of War.
So with that, let's bring in State Department spokesman Tommy Pigott. As President Trump has pointed out, Tommy, it's been very difficult when you wipe out the entire top level of leadership of Iran in terms of who you even negotiate with. But it does seem like the president has found people to negotiate with. Those negotiations might be a little bit stalled, but at least they're dealing with people. Where are we right now with those negotiations?
Well, look, as the president indicated, we are in a situation where talks are ongoing. We're continuing to engage. But the president is not satisfied with what he has seen. And he has been crystal clear about the objectives here from the beginning of this operation, but also from the beginning of this administration, even before. And that is the reality that the Iranian regime cannot be allowed to have a nuclear weapon. And the decisive outcomes we've seen from Operation Epic Fury.
I wonder how many times, if someone can find a list of how many times the Trump said the Iranian regime no longer has nuclear missiles. Because look at this shit, dude.
It's a reality Americans can't ignore.
The more you think about it, the more it hurts, man. So I just fill up and just get out of there.
Cheap gas is now a thing of the past.
It's pretty painful. It's pretty painful, but you got to do what you got to do.
Prices at the pump rising across the country
Jesus,
as the war with
man.
Iran.
Dude, it used to cost me $35 to fill up a full tank of gas. It now costs me $50.
Continues to impact the critical Strait of Hormuz, a key shipping lane where roughly 1/5 of the world's oil supply flows through every single day, or at least did. The strait now effectively closed, with just a handful of ships making it through as talks to reopen the waterway stall. The White House offering little relief, with President Trump vowing that gas prices will go down, but only once the war is over. And there's no clear timeline. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth clashing with lawmakers this week about the impact.
Do you know how much it will cost Americans in terms of their increased cost in gas and food over the next year because of the Iran war?
I would simply ask you what the cost is of an Iranian nuclear bomb.
Experts say the longer
You're
this
such
drags
a
on,
fucking
the
moron.
higher gas prices will go.
Holy shit. Holy shit. South 5. Where's interstate? Interstate map. I-5, is that east or west coast? I don't remember. No, wait, no, that'd be north or south. Yeah, I would like to know the names. 90s, 10s, I-10. No. East and west is... Yeah. Okay, so this is West Coast. This is West Coast. So this is probably in California.
We'll go.
And as we get into things like Mother's Day and closer to Memorial Day, we could see oil prices pushing gas prices higher. In fact, it's not out of the potentials that we could see new all-time records set for gasoline.
But it's not just prices at the pump. Airline fares are rising as jet fuel gets more expensive. Costs are climbing for petroleum-based products, including plastics, using everything from packaging to basic goods, and fertilizer, essential for farmers, getting squeezed by the disruptions in the strait, threatening to push food prices higher later this summer. And this all comes at a time when consumers are already feeling stretched. So any further spikes in the energy market, that could continue to ripple across the entire economy. And guys, experts tell me that the only relief that we're going to have is when the Strait of Hormuz is reopened. But of course, that's a big if. And even once that happens, it's going to take 1 to 2 months for those supplies and for those ships to get back to their regular routes. So for all of us summer travelers out there, much more pain ahead.
Yeah, hitting those summer road trips so hard.
It's going to be very rough.
Thank you.
It's going to be incredibly difficult to live a normal life for the next year or two. VTuber that's actually talking about something important. Hold up. Kataya Frost, that is my niche. That's the niche I operate in. It's so disheartening, man. I don't even know what to do. Because, like, I can tell people, oh, please, be, rice and bean pills. But you can only do that for so long. There's only so much I can tell people to do without it being like, okay, well, there's literally nothing else you guys can do. You guys are doing the best you can, and it's not working, and it's not your fault. That's pretty much about it at this point. I know people are doing the best they can with the resources they have, but there's only so much people can do, and I can't really expect people to do more than they already have. Like, how could I? How could I possibly expect people? Yeah, it's okay to just talk about seeing VTubers being racist. It's just an L, so this is good. True! There are it's a real problem. Racist VTubers are a very big problem. It's kind of why I started VTubing, because I really, really dislike Luigi's example. True! I really dislike, VTubing culture all in all right now. And even fucking Spirit Airlines shut down, man.